NBA action on EA Sports. I'm Ed Cohen. Great to be joined by Jay Williams for what should be a terrific matchup here tonight. We're at Pepsi Center in downtown Denver. Tonight, it's the Denver Nuggets playing host to the LA Clippers. Opening tip won by the Nuggets. They get it first as we're underway at the Pepsi Center. Jay, 46 wins, not good enough for Denver.
They could have been a playoff team if Paul Millsap didn't miss a huge chunk of the season. But I will say this about the Nuggets. They have the most underrated backcourt in the NBA when you think about Gary Harris and Jamal Murray. Both guards that can do it off the dribble and are both great leaders.
It's the Clippers with the possession now to Paul George. Short jumper off the mark. Murray with the basketball. Leads three. Deep left corner. Down low Jokic. Oh, nice find for the basket.
He's been doing this for years. The physicality in which he plays. No one wants to see that. You're going to lead the game with black and blue marks all over your body.
Oh, pass stolen by the Nuggets.
Now push it. Let's attack in transition so we can build this lead.
Leonard. Nikola Jokic sends it away. Nikola Jokic sends it away.
Sent a message on that one, Ed.
Harris matched up with Paul George. Here comes the screen. Knocks it down off the step back.
Clearly not afraid of the spotlight here because that was not an easy look.
Beverly into the front court. Right now, down 7. Here comes the screen. And look out. Jay, I'm surprised he had a chance to wrap him up.
Well, you're not the only one surprised. This guy is not a good free throw shooter. You never let him have an easy bucket. If anything, make him earn it at the charity stripe.
Jokic to Millsap. Gets a shot up off the mark.
You see, this is something that everybody has, but some people choose to use it or not. I'm glad you choose to use effort on getting around those screens.
Off the mark. He loves the tough shots, but that one may be too tough.
Woo! I like that intensity on that play. That's how you actually dig in the dirt and do your job on the defensive end.
Beverly into the front court. Down 5. Paul George. Great look and vision. It's good. If you don't stand in his way, he's going to make you pay.
These breakdowns happen because a team lacks communication. You have to point towards your man, keep that butt towards the baseline, and make sure you communicate through every screen.
To Jokic. Has a chance. Nikola Jokic. 2 for 2. That's what you want.
Oh, man, you're not supposed to be able to do that with that size, but in today's game, dexterity and mobility are off the charts for bigs.
To Leonard. Here comes the screen. Kawhi Leonard. And the rebound taken down by Jokic. Scores from the post.
Old school equals high percentage. So, Ed, my man P. Bev the other day made some comments on social media. I want to get your reaction. He said, I'll tell you right now, we are the best team in LA. How do you feel about that?
Jay, since the Clippers moved from San Diego, I don't know if that's been the case once. Maybe going back a few years, but LeBron James is in LA now. I don't know if Patrick Beverly's right on that one. Lets it fly from long range. It's good. Defense has to pick things up.
He showed that he had great chemistry with his teammates on that shot. Keep getting him good looks, and the one will just keep scoring.
Nuggets have the possession. They go to Jokic, down low. Oh, Nikola Jokic. That's now 4. He hasn't missed.
Woo, did you see that? Eyes to the rim, and the rest was all net.
Beverly. Flushes it home.
And when you get your prescription, you take your medicine, and you call it a day.
Jamal Murray. His first effort off the mark. Paul George, 4-2, and he hits.
It looks like he's using his ball handling to feel the game out. I know it looks like he's just playing around out there trying to get the fans going. That is true, but he's also finding his rhythm.
Down low Jokic. Working it outside. Jamal Murray. Cleans it up. Jokic. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. Can't get the bounce. There's the toss. To Beverly. Fires the 3. Shot no good. You know Beverly can appreciate good defense. To Jokic. Yes, and the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
Oh, he should get some kind of acting award. That's a great sell by the offensive player. But guess what? The refs bit, and that's the game.
Nikola Jokic trying to cash in on a 3-point play. A career 83% free throw shooter. Leonard. Curling inside, pass there, taken away by Denver. Slam dunk, Will Barton. They have set the tone in this one.
I love when I see offenses come out in beast mode. You attack that paint, you get to the rim, inevitably the floor will open up for you to knock down some threes.
Beyond the arc for 3, buries it on the catch and shoot.
Ed, let me tell you how this one goes. It ain't no fun if the homies can't have some. Everyone's getting a piece of the rock tonight.
It's Denver's ball. They go to Jokic, down low. Sizing up the defense. Just enough of a head fake to help on that one.
Learn from that. You got to be a step ahead of the offensive player. Know that fake is coming again later.
Leonard. Nikola Jokic, able to blocked away.
That one's in the 15th row.
Huge denial. Coach is going to shift gears and adjust his matchups.
The Los Angeles Clippers, number 13, Paul George.
Jay, the Clippers last year were 2 games better than 500. Pretty amazing when you think about what they dealt with.
Most definitely, but everything for this Clipper organization starts with Lou Williams. He is the stud for this team. It's his 2nd time in his career he's been named 6th Man of the Year, and that's why they signed the 31-year-old to a 3-year, $24 million deal.
Down low Jokic. Oh, defender pulls the chair. Williams. Oh, pass stolen by the Nuggets. They go to Jokic, down low. Shot from the lane, won't go.
And physicality is your friend. Don't let these guys get any easy ones down low. Make them look at the refs, wondering where the foul was every time.
Murray into the front court. They lead it, 4-point game. To Jokic. Here comes the screen. That's going to be out of bounds. Time to shuffle things up. Old school. Backs his man down for the basket.
You feel that? I see the confidence building.
Hey, lock up.
To George. Nothing going here on that drive. To Gilgeous-Alexander. Fine to shoot. Trying to cash in. Deep two there. Won't go. Gets a look. Can't hit.
Your contest was great because of your proximity to the player. You forced his follow-through to be cut short, which made him short-arm the shot.
Here comes the screen. George, defended by Jeremy Grant. Down low, Green. The pass set it all up.
Another possession they were forced to take a tough shot. This time they got it to go, but they need to do something different to start creating more open look opportunities.
Nikola Jokic with the block. Fourth this contest. Nuggets have the possession. To Jokic. Finish that. To Paul George. The shot almost. Martin into the front court. Leads four. Slams it down.
Well, when you play for each other and not just for yourself, that's when great things happen. You essentially lose yourself in what the team is trying to accomplish. It's called unselfish basketball. And there's nothing more beautiful than rewarding your teammate with a nice pass and letting them finish for 2 or 3 points.
To George. Here comes the screen. George can't connect. Jokic.
You got it.
Nikola Jokic, he's never made the playoffs, but upon further review, he is a special center.
Got that 5-year extension for $146 million, and I'm willing to say this, he will be one of the future centers in the game.
George, and it's Barton with the rebound. To Jokic. Oh, the whistle. Jay, take your hands off of me.
That's just a blatant foul. Maybe he's trying to make a statement.
Both teams tweaking their lineups. Here come some changes.
Foul in the last 2 minutes. Subbing in for the Nuggets, number 1.
Cleans it up. Offensive board. And the Clippers have the rebound. To Miles Bridges. Harkless. PG lets it fly. Paul George. He's 3 for 7.
And last year, it seemed like PG really had a difficult time finding that next level elite PG. No doubt about it. This year, he needs to be playoff P all day, every day.
Here's a chance from long range. He drills the 3.
Great shot by the offense. But the defense, you can't afford to collapse off that penetration. I'd rather a team take a tough 2 than a wide open 3.
Deep 3 at the buzzer. The first quarter's complete. The Nuggets in front. Ed Cohen, Jay Williams with you as
Substitutions, LA. Subbing in for Denver, number 15, Nikola Jokic.
to Jokic. Has a look. Shot for Jokic. No good. Knocked loose. Picked up by the Nuggets.
Come on, let's dig in. Let's really build this lead.
Can't connect from inside. Gilgeous-Alexander. Clippers have it. Nice pace, sets it up, and slams it down.
And if you're on defense on that last possession, no need to look over to the coach's bench, hold up your arms, wonder what did you do. Everybody got back, everybody communicated, everybody pointed. It was just better offense than it was defense.
They'll work it down to Millsap. Oh, defender pulling the chair. Clippers have the basketball. Fires the three.
To number 1, that's his first personal foul. Team foul.
First one, count it. Second and 3, got it. Knocks down all 3 at the line. Nikola Jokic, defended by Harkless. Barton to Jokic. Jamal Murray. Count the triple.
And watching all these great shooters on the floor at once, it almost mesmerizes me. It's like you're watching the shot in slow motion. The backspin, it gives off the feel that the ball's going in every time.
Screen coming. Beverly. 4-3. Tough shot. Well defended. To Jokic. Paul Millsap. He's now 4 for 6.
He's so good down low. This 4-time All-Star really does a good job of utilizing that body to muscle through contact and finish with the best of them.
And the finish off the nice step through.
It's not a travel if it looks pretty.
Nuggets with the basketball. To Millsap. Jamal Murray hits the trifecta.
They're shooting the ball well, but let me tell you why. They're already ready to shoot before they even catch the ball. Look at their hands. Their hands are ready, providing a target. So when they catch that ball, they go right into their shot. We call that being shot ready.
Going to launch beyond the arc. That's good D. Shot no good. Murray into the front court. The lead is 11. To Will Barton from long range. Had made his first couple, but he misses there. Has a chance. Won't go. He needs some luck on his side given how they're defending. Jamal Murray. And scores.
Ooh, cool, calm, and collective. The 3 C's. His handles are effortless.
George. Layup goes down. Well done.
He's been doing this for years. The physicality in which he plays. No one wants to see that. You're going to leave the game with black and blue marks all over your body.
Down low Jokic. Jamal Murray. That's off the side of the rim, no good. To Gilgeous-Alexander. Short jumper misses. Denver ball right now. To Millsap. Shot clock to 4 for the Nuggets. Knocks it down off the step back.
No doubt about where that one was headed.
Paul George. Here comes the screen. Knocked loose. Patrick Beverly. He's 3 of 5. 60% shooting from the field.
Strong finish. That's what you need, regardless of contact, focusing on the rim.
To Will Barton. Jamal Murray here against Tarkless. Denver with 4 to shoot.
Back door, back door, back door.
Jamal Murray. Oh, that's how it's done.
And here's the setup, Ed, down the stretch. From a player who's been in these type of positions, eventually I'm going to hit you with a head fake, and you're going to have to jump considering I just made the last couple of threes. And that's when I find an easy way to get to the rim or force the defense to collapse to kick out for, guess what, another one.
Murray with it. They lead it by 14. Barton. They go to Jokic. Down low. Kicks it around the perimeter. For 3. Yes.
You know, from a point guard perspective, one of the things that I learned when I played in the league was that the more I was willing to give the ball up, the harder other players were willing to run to their spots. The harder the bigs were running to the rim. The harder the three-point shooters were running to the three-point line because they knew they could be active recipients. And when they caught the ball, they knew exactly what to do with it.
Number 2, Kawhi Leonard.
Miles Bridges.
Stepping in.
Lets it fly from long range. He was all over him.
Here we go.
Gets it in the left corner. He was smothered and still gets it to go down.
Did you see the way that dribble freed him up? It created so much space. I did, but the defender didn't.
To Beverly. Screen coming. Beverly. To Paul George. Goes to the right side. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. Not easy.
He's most definitely got the hot hand behind the three-point arc. Anytime your first-round pick is shooting like this, your GMs and owners just sit back and smile.
To Millsap. Shot clock winding down. The pass taken away by the Clippers.
You go back to the principles, things that we started working on when we were in first and second grade. It's called the shell drill. You stay down in the stance defensively, you try to deny the next pass away, and you have to communicate. If your conditioning is bad, you have no chance. But if you're able to do all these things together, collectively, you will be able to stop a great passing team.
Bad pass there. Clippers have it. To Miles Bridges. Driving right to the basket. And a chance coming up at the line.
You got to know your personnel. That's not someone you want to send to the line for a free 2.
Miles Bridges. He's got 2 shots coming. He's perfect from the line so far. 2 for 2 on that trip. From the painted area, won't go down. Deep 3 at the buzzer. It's good. And it gets them closer as we reach the end of the first half. Time expires to end the first half. The Nuggets with the lead.
Thanks, guys. Let's take a look at what went down so far in this one. The Nuggets are in a tight battle after 2 quarters. Clearly, the number of three-pointers these guys scored in the first half was incredible. And if they can keep that up, it's going to be tough to keep that team down. These are the guys getting buckets for the Denver Nuggets. The Clippers are keeping things exciting in a close matchup. And that deficit is a negative, of course, but I do see it positive. I really like how they move the ball, keeping each other involved offensively. They've got a nice flow to their game today.
Game track. Steals.
The story of this game so far has been the lack of ball security. Neither team can hold on to the ball, and unfortunately, it made the first half kind of tough to watch.
Player of the half.
I like this choice because he really put on a show in the opening half. There's a reason he's a fan favorite. Here's our top plays from the first half.
Number 2. Number 1.
All right, back to the second half. I'll see you after the game.
Here comes the screen. George. Rebound taken in by the Nuggets. To Jokic. Gets to the basket and scores.
You know, Ed, I'm down with guys having 35, 40, maybe 50 points in the game. But the one thing you look for in the defensive end, when there's a huddle after a guy has dropped multiple buckets on you in a row and everybody's quiet, nobody stands up and says, yo, I got him, I'm going to stop him, you're in a worrisome place for your team.
Murray with the basketball. His guys lead here early stages, third quarter. And they call it.
Timing was just a tad bit off.
That's his second personal foul. Team foul number 1.
Shoot it, shoot it.
Jokic. And the rebound comes down to the Clippers. LA Clippers with the basketball. Beverly. Shot from the lane won't go. Trying to cash in, unbothered by the defense as he drills it.
We're watching a clinic right now. We're watching basketball one-on-one. Whoever this professor is, he needs to get paid top dollar.
Screen, come.
Fires the three. No good. That's great defense.
And big-time coaching strategy by the staff right there, utilizing their bench, keeping fresh legs on that shooter consistently throughout the course of the game.
Paul Millsap with a piece.
Blocking so many shots only gives your perimeter that much more confidence to really apply more pressure.
Oh, they call him for the foul.
That's just a blatant foul. Maybe he's trying to make a statement.
Team foul number 2.
Jokic.
All by yourself.
Defense, making the ball carrier work.
Stay in front of, watch the shot. Watch the
And the
shot.
Clippers able to clear the board.
Pick up. Hey, chest up.
Here's Leonard for two. Not that time.
The contest was good, but you being a nuisance was great. Continue to be that gnat that no matter how many times you swing at it, it never goes away.
Denver's got it.
I'm here. I got ball.
To Jokic. Has a look. Jumper's good.
Sometimes when the players find that flow, nobody else needs to touch the ball. He's in the zone by himself.
Paul George. Oh, had him going there for a second. Knocked loose. Nuggets have it. To Millsap. Down low, Jokic. No, I missed a short one there. To Leonard. He throws it down.
Well, look, you can't be caught flat-footed on defense. You need to be on the balls of your feet, especially in transition. You have to jab at that guy with the ball, hedge at him. Make him think that maybe you will take him. Maybe you'll fan out to a defender on the perimeter. But still, keep him guessing. But when you don't do that, that's easy money.
To Jokic. Oh, he had him there for a second. Shot from in close, no good. To Leonard. Kawhi Leonard. He struggled just a little bit. 2 for 5.
This type of game needs to be celebrated. This is the type of culture that is fostered when you play with unselfish players. When you give up a little bit of yourself and you make your teammate look great, that's the difference between winning and losing. So when you see these guys smiling, when you see them giving each other high fives, that's because of the energy that was created from the pass. Pass is one of the most brilliant things we have in this game.
To Jokic. Has a chance. Add 2 points to the board.
Ooh, shows like this separate the good players from the great ones. The good players, they have good first halves, and then they fade to black in the second. The great players, they just sustain that kind of dynamic energy throughout the entire ball game.
Beyond the arc for 3. Missed it. Murray into the front court. His team on top by 13. To Jokic. Millsap, the drive, right to the basket. Here's a chance from long range. Rebounds taken down by Leonard. To George. Off the assist.
It's really a dope thing when passing becomes infectious. But don't become overly passive. Still take your shots when they're there.
Nuggets have the possession. To Jokic. Takes stock of the floor. Nice finish at the rim.
You normally don't see that, but that's the type of thing that keeps shooters in the league for a long time. Every once in a while, they venture into the paint.
Looks like some substitutions are coming on in.
Hey, this is our game. Let's take it home now. Let's go.
Substitutions, Los Angeles. Into the game for Denver, number 30 and number 41.
To Millsap. Nothing going here on that drive. To Millsap. Able to convert inside.
Ed, I have so much admiration for guys that continue to hunt their shot. They're playing the second half like it was the first 5 minutes of the ball game. Those natural-born leaders are guys that will consistently lead your team to the promised land.
Murray into the front court. Lead stands at 7. Trying to cash in. Step back jumper.
Might have had an extra dribble or two there, but he got the shot he wanted.
Gilgeous-Alexander to Williams. To Gilgeous-Alexander. Here comes the screen. Gilgeous-Alexander. And a throwdown.
If you didn't dunk that, then we would have to talk about it.
It's Denver's ball. To Millsap. That's usually one that he'll knock down.
I'm not sure that the contest on the shot contributed to the miss, but what it might have done is seep into the confidence of the shooter that the next time he might decide to try to drive to the rim instead of settling for a jumper.
He's going to the free throw line to shoot.
I don't know about that one, Ed. I always thought your hand was part of the ball.
Jermichael Green, couple of free throws on the way. For his career, 76% from the line. And he connects on the first free throw. Second one off the mark. He goes 1 for 2. Right down Broadway for the 2. Defender has to pick him up.
I don't know if the scouting report has made its way out here yet, but if anything, it says you need to not let him get that close to the rim.
To Gilgeous-Alexander. Williams has a look. And he drains it. To Millsap. Gomez unable to connect.
Oh, I see how you're playing this chess match. That's what you keep doing defensively.
My goodness, did you see that, Jay?
That's nasty. Just disrespectful.
And that one out of bounds off a nugget. It's LA Clippers ball. Williams has a chance. Shot won't go. Murray with it. Up 6. They get it down to Millsap. Won't go down. Defender's lucky he wasn't called. Williams into the front court. He'll run the offense. Nice pass to set things up.
And Ed, here's my offensive theory. More touches, more points. This is a fast-paced league. Either the coaches adapt or you'll be left behind.
Murray with the basketball. Leads 4. To Millsap. Count it.
This is why I go back into player mode. If a dude starts to try to have 40 points on me, I'm going to foul out. I'm going to start hitting him in places he's not used to being hit. I'm trying to do anything to throw him off his game.
The screen sets him up for 2.
The defense should have picked up on that action. That's going to cost him.
The pass taken away by the Clippers.
Tonight, it may not cost you, but in a playoff game, it will.
Murray into the front court. They lead it. 4-point game. Easy path to the rim.
Woo! Did you see that? Eyes to the rim, and the rest was all net.
It's the Clippers with the possession now. Williams. To Gilgeous-Alexander. Fires the 3, buries it on the catch and shoot.
Just because someone is listening to you doesn't mean that they actually hear you. At the end of the game, when players get tired, they listen to what the assignment was, but they didn't hear what it was.
Murray into the front court. Up by 3.
You open, shoot.
To Millsap. Cashes in for 2.
Well, we got a chance to firsthand watch something be created. I think we just watched an epidemic of passing. I've never seen something like this before. It was so contagious, everybody started to do it, and it ultimately led to the other team's demise.
If that's an epidemic, sign me up. To Gilgeous-Alexander, 4-3. That no good, off the mark. Cruises inside for 2.
This may sound cheesy, but sometimes you just need to sit back, get a tub of popcorn, and just enjoy the show, because that's what you're watching right now.
Gilgeous-Alexander trying to cash in, can't connect. Nuggets have the possession. To Millsap. Had a good look there, but it's no good. Not done yet. Grabs his own miss and scores. Good concentration.
That's what I'm talking about, Ed. It's that simple. Put the ball in the bucket.
Bad pass there. Clippers have it. Finishing inside the paint on that one.
You know, from a point guard perspective, one of the things that I learned when I played in the league was that the more I was willing to give the ball up, the harder other players were willing to run to their spots. The harder the bigs were running to the rim. The harder the three-point shooters were running to the three-point line, because they knew they could be active recipients. And when they caught the ball, they knew exactly what to do with it.
To Millsap. Going to launch beyond the arc. Off the iron. No good.
As a team, they were on the absolute tear in the first half. But guess what happens during halftime? The defensive team makes adjustments, and it looks like it's working out.
To Gilgeous-Alexander. From long range. Yes. Give the advantage to the shooter.
When a rookie starts to believe that he not only can play, but more importantly, he belongs, nights like this become more and more common.
It down. Now the Clippers call a timeout. That's their first. Leaves them with one remaining the rest of the way.
You're going to see the best players make in-game adjustments on the fly. The intellect of some of these superstars is off the charts. Your ability to adapt and move forward as quickly as possible in the most efficient manner will determine whether you win this game or not.
George. Man, that was a tough shot.
And I don't know why the defense continues to help on guys that drive. Make them take shots over your bigs. By you helping more, you're just leaving three-point shooters open on the perimeter.
Nuggets with the basketball. Probing the defense. Baseline drive. Missed it. Almost a foul. They let it go. To Beverly. George. And the finish, slam dunk.
This type of game needs to be celebrated. This is the type of culture that is fostered when you play with unselfish players. When you give up a little bit of yourself and you make your teammate look great, that's the difference between winning and losing. So when you see these guys smiling, when you see them giving each other high fives, that's because of the energy that was created from the pass. Pass is one of the most brilliant things we have in this game.
Jokic to Millsap. For three, buries it.
Everything looks great when you shoot the ball like this. And yes, Ed, this team does have some issues, but they are all masked and camouflaged with this shooting display we're watching.
Lets it fly from long range. Can't connect. It's no good. On the follow. Way to stay with it.
Well, the shooting has been spectacular, but one of the things that I've seen as the difference maker in this ball game is how they are catching the basketball. They're not establishing a pivot foot, which leaves the defense wondering which way you can drive. But when that shot is working like that, you got it any way you want.
Clippers have the basketball. The Clippers with 4 to shoot. They'll get it down to Green. Oh, great pass, setting up the basket. Now a whistle and a timeout for Denver. They trail by 2. And the question, do they look for the tie in overtime? Or do they go for it all with a 3? Goes reverse to lay it in. Timeout called here by the Clippers as they dig into their bag of tricks, trying to draw up the game winner. Deep 3 at the buzzer. 3 for the win is good. He got it away from downtown. Forget about overtime. This baby is history.
With the EA Sports post-game wrap-up. The Clippers won in dramatic fashion, ending today's matchup with an incredible buzzer beater. You can see it again right here. You'll definitely be seeing this one on SportsCenter. Here are the guys who put up the most points for the Los Angeles Clippers. The Nuggets finished on the losing end of a close score. They shot exceptionally well from beyond the arc, but even that long-range efficiency wasn't enough for them to get the win. What you see here is how the majority of the points were scored for the Denver Nuggets.
Game track. 3-point shooting.
Each of these teams were solid with their long-range shooting. So by extension, they were pretty poor with their perimeter defense. Closing out on shooters must always happen, whether you're tired or not.
Player of the game. Was cold.
What can you say about a guy like this? Except that he fits the title of this segment. He was definitely cold in this game. We got our top 3 plays for you. Check them out.
Number 2. Number 1.
These are the upcoming games for the Denver Nuggets. This has been a presentation of ESPN on EA Sports. Until next time, I'm Jalen Rose, signing off.